The first whispers came from the old mining outposts at the edge of the Starveil Nebula. Workers spoke of strange lights in the void, glowing orbs that pulsed in colors not found in any known spectrum. Their reports were dismissed at first, chalked up to fatigue or the effects of long isolation. But then the outposts began going dark, one by one, their transmissions fading into static. When the Galactic Council finally turned its attention to the nebula, they sent a reconnaissance fleet to investigate. What the fleet found defied explanation. The mining stations were abandoned, their hulls littered with tools dropped in haste. Life support systems remained functional, but there was no sign of the crews. No bodies, no evidence of conflict, just a chilling emptiness. In the months that followed, more ships ventured into the Starveil Nebula. Some never returned. Those that did brought back haunting tales of ethereal beings drifting through the void, their forms translucent and ever-shifting. They spoke of ancient ruins hidden within the nebula's shrouded depths, structures that seemed impossibly old, yet disturbingly intact. And most troubling of all, they reported hearing voices, soft, mournful whispers that spoke in a language no one could understand. These rumors reached the ears of Dr. Elara Venn, a xenoarchaeologist who had spent her career studying the remnants of the Celestine Empire. The Celestine had once ruled vast stretches of the galaxy, their dominions spanning thousands of star systems. But their civilization had vanished millennia ago, leaving behind only scattered ruins and cryptic artifacts. For Elara, the Starveil Nebula represented an irresistible mystery. If the rumors were true, it could be the key to understanding what had become of the Celestine. Elara assembled a team of experts, linguists, historians, engineers, and exobiologists. With the backing of the Galactic Council and the funding of several wealthy patrons, she acquired a state-of-the-art exploration vessel, the Aurora's Light. The ship was equipped with advanced sensor arrays, reinforced shielding, and a crew handpicked for their experience in uncharted territories. The journey into the nebula was fraught with challenges. The dense clouds of ionized gas interfered with navigation systems, forcing the Aurora's Light to rely on short-range sensors and old-fashioned piloting skills. Communication with the outside galaxy was patchy at best, leaving the crew to rely on their own resources. Tensions ran high as the ship ventured deeper, each step taking them further from the safety of known space. After weeks of navigating the nebula's treacherous currents, the Aurora's Light finally reached its destination. Before them stood a colossal structure, a spire of black metal and iridescent crystal that seemed to shimmer in and out of existence. It was unlike anything Elara had ever seen, a fusion of organic and artificial design, its surface covered in intricate patterns that seemed to shift when viewed from different angles. The team spent days studying the spire from a safe distance, scanning its surface and analyzing the faint energy fields that surrounded it. What they found was astonishing. The structure's design matched elements of Celestine architecture, but it also incorporated technologies far beyond what the Empire had been known to possess. More disturbingly, the spire was emitting a low-frequency signal, a pulsing hum that resonated through the ship's hull and seemed to trigger strange, fleeting images in the minds of the crew. Elara was both thrilled and unnerved. This was the breakthrough she had been searching for, a direct link to the lost Celestine Empire. But the implications were daunting. If the spire was indeed of Celestine origin, then it meant that at least some remnants of their civilization had survived the cataclysm that had supposedly wiped them out. And if the whispers were to be believed, these remnants were not content to remain hidden. As the team prepared to send an expedition into the spire, strange phenomena began to occur aboard the Aurora's light. Equipment malfunctioned without cause, lights flickered, and crew members reported seeing shadowy figures at the edge of their vision. One engineer claimed that the whispers had grown louder, forming fragmented words that echoed in her mind even after she left the spire's vicinity. Elara convened an emergency meeting to address the crew's concerns. She assured them that the anomalies were likely the result of the nebula's unique properties interfering with their instruments and perceptions. She reminded them of their mission, to uncover the truth about the Celestine and their legacy. Despite her confidence, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them, something older and more powerful than she could comprehend. The expedition into the spire was a calculated risk. Elara led a small team, each member equipped with advanced protective suits and scanning devices. As they entered the structure, they were struck by its vastness. The interior was a maze of corridors and chambers, each adorned with glowing runes and complex geometries that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The air was thick with a faint mist that glowed faintly in the light of their headlamps. As they ventured deeper, the whispers grew louder, more distinct. The team's linguist, Dr. Anya Grell, began to pick out recurring patterns in the sounds. "This isn't random," she said, her voice trembling with both fear and excitement. "It's a language. A very old, very complex language." With each step, the team uncovered more evidence of Celestine technology, devices that appeared to manipulate gravity, generate energy, and even alter the flow of time. They found what appeared to be a control room, its walls covered in glowing glyphs and its center dominated by a pulsating crystal sphere. Dr. Grell worked feverishly to translate the glyphs, her mind racing to keep up with the information that flowed from the spire's ancient systems. And then the sphere activated. A blinding flash filled the chamber, and the team found themselves in darkness. When the light returned, they were no longer alone. Translucent figures emerged from the walls, their forms shifting and rippling like liquid light. They were humanoid, yet alien, tall, graceful beings with elongated limbs and faces that shimmered with an inner glow. They didn't speak, but their presence was overwhelming. Elara stepped forward, her voice steady despite the fear that gripped her. "We mean no harm. We're here to understand." The figures tilted their heads in unison, as though considering her words. The whispers that had plagued the crew now coalesced into a single voice, calm, resonant, and filled with an ancient authority. "You are children of the void," the voice said. "You walk in the shadows of those who came before. Do you seek to revive what was lost, or to claim it as your own?" Elara hesitated. The question carried a weight she couldn't fully grasp. "We seek knowledge," she replied. "We seek to understand who you were and what happened here." The figures exchanged glances, their forms shifting slightly. The Empire fell because it reached too far. It touched the void and was consumed by it. We remain as echoes, guardians of the knowledge that must not be forgotten. As the conversation continued, Elara and her team learned that the Celestine had indeed survived the cataclysm, but at a great cost. They had become beings of pure energy, tied to the spires that had once been their great cities. The spires were both their refuge and their prison, keeping them hidden from the forces that had destroyed their civilization. The figures revealed that the Starveil Nebula was not a natural formation, but a barrier created to protect the last remnants of the Celestine. The whispers, the lights, the strange phenomena, all were part of an elaborate defense system designed to deter intruders. The fact that the aurora's light had made it this far was both a testament to humanity's resilience and a sign that the time for secrecy was ending. "The void stirs," the voice said. "The forces that consumed us have begun to awaken. You must choose. Will you carry our legacy forward, or will you repeat the mistakes of the past?" Elara felt the weight of the choice pressing down on her. She thought of the countless lives lost in the nebula, the sacrifices made to uncover these truths. She thought of the potential that lay before them, the chance to learn from a civilization that had once ruled the stars. But she also knew the dangers of reaching too far, of unleashing forces that humanity could not control. After a long silence, she finally spoke. "We will honor your legacy by learning from it, not repeating it. We will remember the children of the void and ensure that your knowledge is used wisely." The figures nodded, their forms growing faint. "Then take what you have learned and return to your people. The spire will guide you to safety. But remember, the void is vast, and it is watching." The team returned to the aurora's light, their minds filled with both awe and caution. They carried with them data that would reshape humanity's understanding of the galaxy, but they also bore the responsibility of ensuring that this knowledge was used responsibly. As the ship left the Starveil Nebula, Elara stood on the observation deck, gazing out at the stars. She knew that the galaxy would never be the same. The children of the void had given humanity a gift and a warning. It was up to them to determine what came next.